My friends, it's Mars from Fly Casual, and you're watching the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championships on Iron Radio.
Welcome to the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championship Tournament at AdeptiCon. You are watching all the tabletop action here on Ion Radio. This live broadcast is brought to you by Atomic Mass Games, AdeptiCon, Mon Calamari Shipyards and the MC-75 Armored Cruiser, Radis dropping at a planet near you. Borstel Galactic Defense and NK-7 Ion Cannon. Crush defenses and overwhelm with Overload Pulse upgrade packages. And Horsch Kushel Drive Incorporated, bringing munificent class frigates to the entire galaxy. Financing available through the Trade Federation. And now, the voice of Armada, Ken Krajniak.
Ion Radio is on the air from the Baird Center here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You're watching the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championship Tournament here at AdeptiCon. And this is the final, the top match and table one. Hello everyone, along with John Thomson, the other half of Ion Radio. It's Ken Krajniak reporting here for this last round. John, you made it.
I just made it in time. So for those of you that didn't know, I made a promise to my wife years and years ago that if her favorite band ever got back together again, regardless of what we were doing in our lives, we would go to it, which happened yesterday. So yesterday I flew to Nashville, went to a concert with my wife, stayed at a hotel, flew back this morning, jumped in my car, which we kept at the airport, and then I drove from Midway Airport straight here, got off, and now I'm here for the final match of this tournament. I'm really, really excited to be here.
So, John, I'm glad you made it here. Always good. We started our Worlds coverage back in 2023. We kicked that one off together, and here we are 2 years later, our third Worlds, and we're going to wrap this one up together. So this has been a fun journey.
It has been very, very exciting.
All right.
It's amazing just sitting here. I'm going to marvel at your work here because, to be very honest, Ken is the one that has dedicated the most time to making sure that this stream is running better. Most of the things that you see are just Ken's ideas that he throws at me. I'm like, if we can do it, let's try it. And he's the wizard that has gotten all the layouts and everything done. So big thank you to Ken for doing that.
Aw, thanks. You're wonderful. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're starting deployment right now, so we are going to go ahead and switch over to that on the overhead to see what we have. So Darth Vader is getting started out at speed 2 is what he's being putting into. Audio is popping. Well, if other people are saying audio is popping, let me know. We can make adjustments as necessary. Coffee count, clearly. Okay, so Han Brolo, round 1, wanted to know what the Ken coffee count was, okay? And we're playing a little game. Who wins? Is it with both of us, or just me, or just John? Please let us know.
Am I the one that's popping? If I can, I can move my mic.
But coffee count. Coffee count. Okay. Which one of us is talking when it pops? Radis, speed 3.
Radis is on the board going at speed 3.
We're going to make some adjustments here. Let me know if that helps at all. More
Is it-
Ken than John.
It's more than likely me because I just sat down here and nothing is tuned to me being on stream yet.
Yeah. It stopped. Okay. Yeah,
Perfect.
we dropped some of that out. Let us know if it comes back. But back to what I was saying. There's the coffee count. I am now on coffee cup number 7. There have been 7 structural damages pulled. So we're gonna just kind of see who wins here. So hopefully no structurals come out again. So on stream here, let's pull up who we've got. We've got Ryan Becker staying here on the top table, and Jason, who was on stream 1, is back. So we are going to see, these are the top two tables, the top 2 players. Okay, I don't know. John, scooch a minute. Maybe we're too close.
I'll move away. I just got here though, and now you're kicking me away. Okay, so
It's probably something goofy.
this is going to be a really, really interesting match. We have Ryan with his Radis fleet that you saw in the last match. I did not get to watch this match. I just listened to it on my drive up. So it was really exciting to hear you guys comment on it. And then I got about 25% of match 1.
Okay,
And
Chimera flagship
when I was
speed
sitting
2.
at an airport. And that looked like it was going to be a really exciting game as well. So this should be for all the marbles.
It should be for all the marbles. We'll test some connections real quick here, but no guarantees on anything. Either works or doesn't, so hopefully it's not too bad.
It looks like the Star Destroyers are trying to reenact the scene from Empire Strikes Back. Pretty soon we're going to hear those warning sirens going off as they're coming very, very close to each other.
Hang on. Slight adjustment here. ISD 2 at speed 3. I just said that. Let me know if that makes anything better. All right, this is what I'm going to do, folks, just because we have this information and you do not, because this is all hidden and we have been allowed to share this. We're going to temporarily skip over here. Here is what the tournament scoreboard looks like. The players do know this. Jason right now is leading with 16 points, Ryan Becker at 14. Damon has 12, Adam has 11, and we do not believe anyone else in this field is going to be able to take top prize. We do believe the most likely one here is going to be someone on this table. Looking at the tables here, table 1 is what we've got on here, and these are the matchups.
Points are very, very close.
All right, we're going to go back over here, and then we're going to let you guys continue to see. We're still deploying obstacles, I think, or moving obstacles. Garrett, are these Purgle?
Yeah, so we are playing hyperspace migration in this. So they're going to be hugging these Purgles and trying to get points as we go across the table.
We're going to do a quick little play here with audio, so we might cut out for a minute. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let us know if this is any better. And then we'll update you. We'll start with some fleet lists here in a second. Let's go through. John, which fleet do you want to go through?
either one. They're both going to be new to me.
Okay, how about we start you off with Jason Hewley's fleet.
Okay, Jason's fleet is a Moff Jerjerrod fleet. We have an ISD-2 with Moff Jerjerrod, Expert Shield Techs, Boarding Troopers, Early Warning Systems, Point Defense Ion Cannons, Dual Turbo Laser Turrets, Chimera, and Entrapment Formation. We have a second Imperial 2 ISD with Expert Shield Techs, Boarding Troopers, Early Warning Systems, Point Defense Ion Cannons, and Dual Turbo Laser Turrets. We have a Gazanti. This is one of those, not a slicer, it's got a suppressor, but it's just one of those jerk Gazantis. It has Minister Tua, CommsNet, suppressor, and electronic countermeasures to guarantee that it will live if it needs to. Closing the fleet off, we have another Gazanti with Darth Vader and CommsNet. Total points come to 389, so 11-point bid on this.
All right. Now we're going to go Squad Command on the Chimera, taking that as a token. We're going to go switch now over into Ryan Becker's fleet. So those of you that saw us earlier have already seen this fleet, but we're going to go through it again. So Ryan Becker has a Radis fleet that he was able to flip the Intel office or Intel sweep objective for. Vader is rammed, 1 face down damage. Where was
You're starting from the top.
Flagship is Admiral Radis on an MC-75 armored cruiser with the Ahsoka Tano, flag bridge, reinforced blast doors, external racks, point defense ion cannons, intensify firepower. Second ship is a GR-75 medium transport with Leia Organa and CommsNet. It's also an MC-75 armored cruiser with Lando Calrissian, boarding troopers, reinforced blast doors, external racks, point defense ion cannons, quad battery turrets, and profundity. The ship that is likely in profundity is a CR-90 Corvette B with Hondo Ohnaka and the infamous Overload Pulse. And finally, squadrons. The only two sitting here on the top table, Shara Bay and Tycho tells you.
I'm going to just make it up as I go.
I forgot how I said it for a minute.
Tycho.
All right, so that's our fleets. We're going to get back over here. We are already in round one. We're moving our ships.
There's already been a ram on the ISD to keep it in place so that they can all farm, and then we're going to probably see these fleets spread out as go. So the suppressor just took a nav and moved the token over to the Chimera, and it looks like we're going to try to jump over these debris fields to avoid any unneeded damage at the time. Nope, looks like we're gonna land right on it. What are Gazantis though? They're really just bumpers for your big ships.
I mean, here's the thing with the Gazantis. We have found that in some cases, especially here in Worlds, they're predominantly being used as buffers, but we had one that was a slicer tools with ECM on it, making it very difficult to kill. So they can also really suck up all the shots that you want to drop. Nav on Vader, we're using the dial.
Doing some maneuvering all the way at the corner of that table.
I think we got a slightly better view over here.
Very slightly.
Garrett's being pretty good about helping us move the cameras around, but we can see things. Landing by the Purgle. And actually, here we go. You know what, let's take this opportunity. We're going to kind of showcase some of what we have here. So the Purgle is sitting right here on the screen, bottom right hand side. As Garrett's moving that camera, we're going to switch to camera 2. and we're going to clear that. And again, Garrett's quest for perfection, this is going to happen. So, all right, we've got Virgil over here. Objective token on this side is down over here, so he's going to be following this kind of a path over here. Radis is currently not on the board. He's off-site, so hanging out somewhere. Or rather, Radis is on the board, but Profundity is off-site, ready to jump in.
It's waiting to jump into this match.
Okay, hyperspace all of Jason's ships here. Gain that hyperspace token. So that is, this is similar to what happened last time. So possibility here for Jason to score some victory tokens. He's got 4 ships ready to go. So that's, I believe, for Intel Sweep, Intel Sweep Hyperspace Migration, that's 20 points a token?
I believe so. I'm going to be very honest. This is one of those objectives that I think I've played maybe once. A lot of times, it's not chosen. Yep, 20 points per token.
It's a wordy card.
Yes, it is. It's one of the wordiest cards there is. So, we'll see if Ryan can get over there and make up for the fact that there's farming of this hurdle going on. So, catch me up, Ken. What so far has been your top things that you've seen in the last couple of days?
Well, the one that stands out, and I hate bringing this one up because it's devastating, was a Patriot Fist to Imperial Star Destroyer shot. The ISD needed 2 hits to be destroyed.
Okay.
Patriot Fist starts out 3 red dice. It was an obstructed shot.
Okay.
And it was 2 accuracies and a hit. Decided to vet gunner the whole lot.
As you would.
Looking for the hits. 3 accuracies.
Oh.
We roll in Patriot Fist. 2 blue accuracies.
Oh.
5 accuracies. Then we bring in the black die because of Swivel. Swivel wound up having 1 hit.
And lock down every command.
Everything was locked down.
Every single defense token for this ship and the next ship.
So then the question was, well, what do I do now? Had a Confire token, spent it, re-rolled the black die, still a hit. Did not get the hit crit, ship survived.
Wow.
And we did the math. The odds of that happening, 16,277,114 to 1.
Sit back down, C-3PO. I'm going to have to turn you off if you keep doing that.
I'm going to get plugged here into the hyperdrive.
Exactly. Take evasive action has been activated for the beginning of turn 2. Flip it.
So that was a big one. We've had some close games, some that flipped at the very end. It was the entire event. It's been nothing but good games.
Good.
And we've been excited to see each one. We have not had a game that really, sometimes you can play a game of Armada, it becomes a 6-5, and it's just not much happens. There have been shots all the time, or we've had ships chasing that actually started hitting. And I put it to you this way, we're going to have a lot of Monday shorts for a while covering this.
Nice.
And every round here on the final day, we've got a new recording system that we were trying out. We've kind of played with it a little bit last night just to see how it worked. We are going to be able to recreate all these ships.
Leia just took a concentrate fire and moved it over to the other ship.
And we'll be able to showcase entire segments from different camera angles. So it's almost like having that special DVD feature.
Actually, pretty excited to get our studio back up and running and start playing some more Armada games.
Go ahead.
We're,
Vader takes a squadron, comms that over to the ISD-2. Now, for note, as those of you that saw the first stream of the day, Jason is kind enough to make the ISD-2 look like the ISD-2 and the Chimera ISD-2 be the actual Chimera model. So it makes our job that much easier.
Nice. Did he switch out to the turbo lasers?
Yes, those are DTTs, yeah.
Nice.
You've seen some DTTs, so instead of, we were looking at the list when this came out, and his Gergerod flagship, you know that was an LTT card initially, that's now DTT.
Yeah.
But Chimera has come in handy, swapping out entrapment formation into T and everything else. Nav command on Radis.
He is using it to get into a good position. What's crazy is this match right now has 3 boarding trooper cards in it. There's a lot that could happen.
There really is. There really is. Garrett's zooming in for us so we can see all the action. And that's a little too much, Garrett. So he'll let us know when he wants to move those so that we can be on a different camera. We've got a nav on that ISD-2, using it as the dial. While I'm at it, I should sit there and say that while John is in the booth with me, we have Garrett, who's now running tableside. So all 4 members of Ion Radio / Command Stack are here in the booth doing something. And only one of us is playing. And fittingly, he is one of the black shirts while the rest of us are out sporting the new silver gray shirts.
Nice. Big shout out and thank you to Chris Roman for doing a lot of help for us this weekend with doing this calling from the table side. So he did the first 2 games and he's like, my feet are killing me, so he's right now sitting down and just being able to enjoy watching a game and not having to tell us what's going on.
No, it's been great help, and we appreciate it. This would have been difficult to do with just myself and Garrett. We did have Mars help us out at one point. He came and Garrett needed a break, so we sat down, we talked through a whole game, and that was a fun experience. We were hoping to get 1 or 2 other folks in here, but cards just didn't make it, and today, well, it's day 3.
Some careful maneuvering taking place here. So that was take evasive action and a nav command to get that ISD where it currently is. It'll be interesting to see where Radis decides to drop the other MC-75 out of hyperspace. Does he just aim for the Chimera flagship over there and just try to take over the tokens? Or
All right, Chimera, nav command. Ryan is going to take a bathroom break.
While Chimera is moving. It's always amazing to see when you put all of the maneuver tech on an ISD what it can do.
What it can do?
Yes.
I agree.
So measuring to see exactly what ranges this will land in. And see what it can do.
One thing we have confirmed is that it is actually something with the translation of our audio into YouTube on the stream that's doing something with the audio. So we're limited in what we could do, so apologies for that. But since we are recording this, we can re-release the entire video abridged with better sound.
Our tableside judge for this match looks like it's Alan. He's watching the match closely. What's nice about the day 3 is that our judges can very much so focus on just the top tables. There's only 3 of them. There's almost as many judges as there are tables to make sure everything is going properly for the event. Ryan is now back, and that ISD just moved. Looks like the ISD managed to escape close range here. Some jerry damage to the left-hand shields. Suppressor's now going, trying to get into a position to help benefit where he expects Radis to drop in. And then possibility of using boarding troopers right afterwards. Looks like we've now moved on to the squadron phase of turn 2. Already going pretty quickly through this game. I feel like this game's going to be a lot of careful maneuvering, and then it's going to be 1 or 2 rounds of extreme violence, and then the game will be over.
So are we still sitting here? We're turn 2, right? End of
We're
it?
still in turn 2. We're at the squadron phase of turn 2 currently.
All right, we are now starting into round 3. We're going to update that scoreboard for you. And I think, I was going to say 4 victory tokens for Jason.
Finishing up the Purgle move.
We had a crazy thought. We think if we change out some of the batteries, one of these is old, that might help with popping. All right, we swapped them out. We'll see if that works. Still a little bit, it sounds like.
Looks like we're measuring distances right now, deciding if a Radis drop should take place. While we're talking about maneuverability in the chat, it's something to take into consideration how important maneuvering is in this game.
Oh, very much so.
When you think about doing damage to other ships, there is a point between small ships, and then as you get larger, that navigate is actually more powerful of an offensive tool than concentrate fire. So, for example, if you take a CR-90 and you do a concentrate fire, you're very much so almost doubling your firepower.
Right.
But with something like an ISD or some of these other big ships, adding 1 dice isn't that significant. But using a navigate to make sure that your arcs are in the right spot can drastically increase your output.
Yep, here comes Radis dropping on turn 3. So this will take us a second for Ryan to set up. While we are waiting for Radis to drop, we're going to take a quick station break. You are listening to the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championship Final here on Ion Radio.
Hello, we're the Brits, and you're watching the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championships on Ion Radio.
Still playing with that Radis.
It's going to be very interesting to see where he actually drops this ship. It's going to be taking a very big shot regardless of where it drops. It will also be interesting to see if he can pin any of those ISDs with how maneuverable they are with all of the maneuver shenanigans that Jason has.
Yep.
First player is Ryan Becker, who's currently deploying his Radis drop. Final placements for Radis, and then the Profundity drop afterwards.
This is the part of any Radis game. Now, once you get the Radis drop down, then it's a matter of where do you put Profundity now, or not Profundity, but that second ship. With Ryan, he's got that overload pulse combo. So not as easy as get a, and if I remember correctly, I think he's got boarding troopers on he does, boarding troopers on an armored cruiser.
Yes,
so it's a 1-2 punch. The overload pulse, the boarding troopers, just kind of get rid of everything, and then make one of those 2 ships that much easier to take out.
So back when the Super Star Destroyer first came out and Radis came out, I played a lot of Radis.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really fun build. I used to play with a Liberty as my Radis ship, and then I would drop MC-75, and I like Garell's Honor to trigger those crits. So that's the way I played that list. I think I played it at Nova. That was probably back in
man, that was like 21
19?
or 19. Yeah, that was pre-COVID.
It was pre-COVID, so that was like 2018 or 2019 that I played that list there. I wish I thought about then. I thought about it after the tournament, doing the Radis bomb out turn 1 to try to steal tokens, because I pretty much played the exact same match that Ryan did. And that was the decider to me getting into day 2 or not. I did not. But I went on and played their team tournament was 2 players, sector fleet style, and it was a lot of fun. So my partner, though, for that made it into day 2, Nick.
Oh, Nick LaTrenta?
Yes,
yeah.
Local Chicago. So I had the day of have to find a partner for that, and it just so happened some person from the local Nova area is like, I really want to run a Super Star Destroyer. I'm like, well, I have a Sloan fleet. Let's do this.
Yeah. The flagship is the Chimera with the Thrawn Chimera on it. He's still deciding on his Radis placement.
Yeah. Jason's done a really good job of creating overlapping firing arcs here. That makes it very, very difficult for this Radis drop to be dropped efficiently. Because if he chooses to block one of them, the other one can then shoot him. And with both of them having boarding
in some cases
troopers.
It'd be double arc. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of boarding troopers on this table.
There's boarding troopers on basically every single ship.
Yeah.
And regardless of where he's putting it, I think that ship is going to be double boarding trooper this turn. And so the question is, can he trade out one of the ISDs for his drop ship? That's really what it comes down to, I think.
And the thing with that is, you know, Ryan's drop ship 133 points. The ISD2 is 145, but 177 for Jerry.
Yeah.
So it's a trade up for Ryan.
It's if he can do it.
If he can do it. But then you start questioning, all right, let's say Ryan does that, you can get maybe a 6-5 victory. That puts you at 20 tournament points. That's still someone needing to do really well. So even a 6-5 could potentially win this if either way.
That is the final drop position for Radis on the screen, and it is going speed 3.
Actually, Ryan needs to have a big win here. He needs to beat out Jason by 2.
Yep. And MOV. MOV is going to probably be the decider.
Now Ryan would need a 7-4 or better to win at this point. And if he does do a 7-4, likely he will win the World Championship based on things. Yeah, looking at the math.
It will be really, really close.
It's going to be close regardless.
It is going to be very close. Now we're dropping the Profundity.
All right, so Profundity drop. Now we're doing the Profundity drop. I think I said that right.
Yes. Talking about dropping. When I was playing Radis, the big thing was, could you kill Superstar Destroyers? For a while, when Superstar Destroyers first came out, it was treated kind of like how Starhawk Farmless were. Like, don't engage, because if you engage, it's going to just gunnery teams. Because that was when you basically had infinite gunnery teams with it. So it was just wiping the floors with things. So you either had to build specifically to kill them, or run from them.
Profundity speed 1.
Okay.
CR90 speed 2.
Looks
Drop
like
is now
it
complete.
is dropped in as well. The is it at close range? I believe is what we saw.
Yeah, that looks to be close range. Let's go back to the overhead. Definitely to the first one. Might be medium to the second.
So we'll see if that ship's activating first.
Take evasive action activated on Chimera. That's right, because Radis drops at the start of the round. Chimera or fleet actions happen at the start of the ship phase, right? No, fleet actions happen but for a second player.
Yes. They alternate everything first player first, and then everything second player next.
Ryan just edging out with a slightly bigger bid, 384 to 389. So even with the point changes and the changes in the meta, fun stuff. Judge call, different table. A lot of table talk here. Just making sure everyone understands what the other person's pieces do in
Yes.
this match.
Suddenly new things appeared on the boards. Now we need to know the range from every part of those ships to all
Right.
the ships that were already there, so decisions for dials and things can be made.
Right now, it's take evasive action is the card that Chimera has, and on the opposite side, I do believe Ryan does have intensify firepower. We'll let you know if he decides to use it.
I believe he uses that just to toss it. It's on Flag Ridge, just to gain some extra
Right, it's a
firepower on
one-
the turns that he needs it.
One-off thing to do.
Gratis is really because it's a bomb. It's an explosion of damage all at once.
Yeah.
So having just that one turn is very beneficial.
Intensifies the start of the ship phase, so yeah, you can do that. Oh, Hondo. Confire and Squadron for Ryan.
Squadron's going to go on the Profundity, and CR-90B is going to get the Confire.
Intensify firepower being used. IF. So that is now out of the game after this round.
It's going to be an explosive turn.
This is I think going to be the make it or break it turn. Or at least definitely set up for it. Those ISDs are tough to get through.
What do you think of Ryan's decision?
Nav token, 2 suppressor.
That's the other side of Hondo.
Right.
What do you think of Ryan's decision? It looks like he's gunning for the extra ISD and not the flagship.
That's kind of what I'm looking at. I think probably the smarter of the two, because you've got the other MC-75, which can go in and try and hit that too. So even, you're not probably, if he can do some serious damage on the ISD-2 with the Radis dropship and the overload pulse, it should be easy to take down. It's going to be, what can he do with Chimera, and can he keep the Radis drop profundity on the table?
Two things to note right now. The
CR-90B is a confire.
The early warning system's on the side of the ISD,
Front to front shot.
and the flagship ISD has it on the front. So it kind of zones off the differences. Re-rolling the crit. 3 hits. Will overload pulse go off? This is going to be the big question.
That is the question. And as we know, there redirect being used going over to the starboard side. So that was 3 damage, I think.
Yes. So that should wipe out that whole shield.
Yep. 0 on the right, you are correct, John, that is down. Side to side. Very accurate.
Double accuracy.
And then intensify to make it 1.
Looks like just taking that damage right there.
Yep.
Unfortunate for Ryan there that he wasn't able to get that crit off into it. But that's the challenge when you're trying to drop in and then PDICs.
Oh, yeah. PDIC is a powerful tool, especially when you're at close range, but I don't know that he could get much further away. So now, this looks like what he's going to try and do. He's going to ram it, go back to speed 1. It's 1 on each.
Now we get to see what Jason's response will be.
All right, we've got an engineering command here on the ISD-2. Here's boarding troopers on profundity.
going to start shooting the side to the front of the CR90B.
Okay, so there's 2. No redirect. He does have DTTs, but would you use it here or would you wait? Evade. There goes the blues. Stays at 1.
So that'll be no shields on the front of that.
Yep, this is round 11. Our players are probably tired.
Now he has to make a decision.
Yeah. Do you go for the CR90 or do you go for the MC75?
Correct. He's already boarding troopered the MC75.
Yep.
His ISDs are in a very strong position.
Peter, this would have been your, because you would have also, did you play in LCQ? No, you didn't. You got an invite last year. I think actually Ryan may have played 2 games also on Thursday.
Yes. When you come to play Armada, you play Armada.
Yeah. We got a couple good games in, Garrett and myself, so even I got to do some playing this time through.
Very fun. I think we're just still deciding on where these shots are going to land.
Anxiety and autopilot. Here we go. We got the shot coming up.
Front to front.
Front to front. Jason holding his dice. He wants to make this a good roll. He likes using his right hand, so he's walking around.
Looks like a lot of
accuracies. 3 accuracies, that 3 hits. You know, you like getting accuracies because you prevent them from using defense tokens, but
when you want them to spend them out to be gone.
Right. Blocks to contain. Both contains and the redirect. That leaves the brace, I believe. We got PDIC, 2 damage.
I think he just takes.
Ryan just takes it on the front of the profundity. So yeah, that's 2 now on the front
2 shields left
of
on that front.
MC75.
Now the maneuver.
I think he's going to ram.
But can he turn the ship not to be double arced is the question.
I don't know if we've got a good view on this.
That's an insane maneuver.
So best view, looks like he's landed. Yeah, Ryan's taking his MC75 off. Well, he's holding it.
Might still be double arced.
Think he is.
It is so hard to tell.
Hey Garrett, do we know if that ISD is still double arced? Ah, yeah, they're checking right now. They're looking.
Is that a Jerry damage off the rear?
He was doing a speed 3 inside.
Still
Confirmed double arc. Wow.
But now Profundity's locked in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no escaping. It is now stuck in between 2 ISD2s.
Very true.
What's going to be interesting is the maneuver. If Ryan chooses to stay stuck in there, he won't be double boarding trooper this turn.
This turn, yeah. Fundity, repair. Looks like he's getting some shields on the front. So that's 2 more, I think, up on the front. Boarding troopers, there's no redirect now on that ISD.
Well, one of them got rid of it.
All right. Green contain, rest of his tokens are red.
Side to front now. How much damage can get into this?
A good amount. 2 accuracies with 4.
Block the useful tokens.
Yeah.
Take 4. That basically takes off.
Yeah.
X-Rax staying in.
There's 1. Brace redirect or block, so that leaves the contain.
So, PDIC or not to PDIC?
Yeah.
If it lands the same amount of damage there, that's a crit that goes through.
And do you really want to, at this stage, you don't want to risk re-rolling that black die. Crit could be a crit, could be a hit, could be a double.
Yeah.
It could also be 0. Yep. Stays a crit.
He can spend out the contain to not take damage.
Nothing on the front. 2 hull. 1 damage to the hull.
So that should now be down to -3 because of all the ramming.
Okay, front to front shot. Ouch. 2, 4, 6, 8 hits.
No accuracies.
No accuracy, so he can brace it. He can use his defense tokens, but remember, they're all exhausted for the most part.
PDIC.
All right, down 1. It's a 7.
7. That's like the perfect number.
Yeah.
Between. It didn't really change anything.
Right.
Because if you're going to use the brace, it'll be 4
It's
regardless.
effectively changing nothing, yeah. There goes the brace.
Turns the
Contain.
brace and the contain.
So he's taken 4.
That puts him at -7.
I think he's debating if he wants to burn that redirect too.
Yeah.
Because he's got a couple shields, which will.
The redirect, though, is important because he has
Expert shield text.
text. But it's better to be alive than dead. So,
True. Of course, he's not dead yet. It's just getting close.
well, it's already activated,
Mm-hmm.
and Ryan goes first.
Yeah,
And if
that's
Ryan
true.
just moves straight forward and rams, that brings him down to 8 hull, and Ryan gets to activate first.
All right, we got judge call here. Check on line of sight. Allen's coming in. Okay. ISD side is available to the CR90. A little crowd around this top table. All tables are still going. Only about an hour in. Not quite. About 55 minutes, I think. And we'll continue to update you guys as we move forward.
We've both been in this position before on the channel. We edit it out, though, for you guys, but sometimes Ben and I are just like...
Four face down. So
Wow.
yeah, that goes up to 7. So this is exciting stuff. You got a ram.
2 ISD is up to 8 damage now. And has a redirect.
That very well could come into handy later.
What's also important is that keeps Profundity outside of range of Suppressor too.
Yeah.
For now, I mean, Suppressor's going to move forward. And give it a matter.
Right.
But that Suppressor is going to be a blocker, probably for an escape vector for that MC-75. But
Nav on the Vader Gazanti.
But it's already gotten a damage on it, so it can't stay around for too long.
No. No, as long as things roll normal. But you know, if there's one thing.
There's no such thing as a normal roll.
There's one thing that I've seen. It's John. It's a good thing maybe that you haven't been here every day, because the number of doubles we rolled into doubles today. I've seen more players' frustration with red dice this year.
Red dice are very powerful dice for other people. That's why most of my fleets are built around blue dice and black dice. Radis. Nav.
Side to front of the ISD that's having problems.
Looks like medium range obstructed.
Yeah, that's my view as well. A slightly closer shot here, but really not giving us any detail. Actually, that looks like that could be hard to say.
Alan is right there, and if they need to, they can make a judge call.
Now this is, John, why we have judges here at the top table, and because these are the calls that make or break the game. Alan's taking a look.
It's always this too, like it's always directly through like
another
the
ship.
fin of a ship every single time. So Alan is in there right now doing an official judge, and Ryan has all 3 ships pinned down with his hands. Oh,
long
it's a long-range shot. That bodes well.
Hey, Garrett, do we know if that shot is, they've got line of sight to the front of the ISD?
No, well, they have line of sight.
Obstructed long-range shot. All right. All right. 2 reds going into the front of that ISD.
There's no reason not to take the shot.
All right. He's got a crit.
He's going to use the Confire double crit. That's really good.
Double crits. Ooh.
So, Jason.
I'll get EST to 1. So that's
it's
a structural damage.
He's currently
1 hull
on
left.
1 health. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. So a couple things here. 1, I need to go get another cup of coffee.
To catch up?
To catch up. I mean, I'm losing this fight, John.
Don't know if that's a fight that you want to win, though. we do have a 2-hour drive to get home today. Front shot against the Chimera. He's going to accuracy both of the redirects so that the damage actually sticks.
And all of this still in turn 3.
I told you, Radis Bomb. It's an explosive turn.
It is an explosive turn, yeah.
Pretty soon things are just, I mean, the ISD's on one health.
It needs to, if you don't take off the dropped MC75, that thing's going down. And even if you do take it down, you're probably still going down. So I think Ryan's got a good trade here with the drop with profundity, scoring I think a net of 2 on that trade.
For our viewers at home, when Ken and I put back up the studio in my basement, we're thinking about setting it up kind of the same exact way that we have it set it up here. So we're going to be experimenting with different types of recording. Not saying don't hold me to this. I'm not saying that we may do a live stream, but we may actually do a live stream, if possible, from my basement in the near-ish future, and I mean that probably by the end of the year. Getting old, Ken, is it's rough when adult life comes into effect, and you're like, yeah, I'll be free in probably December.
It's like maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then a kid gets sick, or you've got to go do something, or in your case, you've had to fix your house up a couple times.
Yes, I know. Looks like.
More table talk here. Let's see here. All tables still playing. Makes sense. They're currently discussing the overlapping RAM. I do not think we're going to get a mutual tabling though. But now that I've said that,
do not know.
repair on the camera.
Repairing that damage that just got taken right there. It also gives more ability to do Jerry shenanigans.
Yeah, that's true. Jared Gerard, you're constantly taking damage to be able to pull off moves. And here's the boarding trooper on the other one.
How? Boarding trooper is close range.
Oh, this looks like side to front. So that's one. Got some blocks here. Let's see, what's Jason adding in here? This is probably DTT maybe?
Correct.
Thinking about it. He's got the die in his hand. Here it comes. And a double. Pull out the blank, might as well. That's 3 hits. That's significantly better. All right, what does Ryan want to do with this?
Just
takes it. Looks like he redirected it to the left side.
I think it was a side-to-side shot.
That was the side-to-side shot. So now this is probably front to...
Probably front.
Front to side of the profundity. That's who we got here. 5 with accuracies. That's going to block all its tokens. Tough hit.
I don't know if that ship has any tokens.
Now, is this the one that Ryan has Lando on? It is. So he could Lando it.
Have him re-roll all of it.
Maybe not the accuracies, but just the hits.
I believe they only have 8 hull, right?
No, they're 9 on the MCs.
Okay, so then he might survive on 1 health. If
He needs it to stay alive. What are we doing here?
Darth Vader, I'm guessing.
No. Okay, now he's got 8 hits. That's enough to take it out. Lando all of them.
8 dice, 8 damage becomes. Let's see.
Oh, wait, drop the die. Here we go. Picked it up again. And looks
Seems
like
to
it's
be
still 7.
A lot of accuracies.
Oh, no, it's back to 5. It's PDIC, the blue crit. That's a regular hit. That's 5. Crit is
Discard all your command tokens.
Garrett, what was the crit? Ooh. Okay. And it puts us up to 7. So he's alive on 2. So Lando saves it for the moment.
Correct.
Life support failure is command tokens, not defense token.
Okay. The ISD's 2's expert shield tech is gone. That's how the reroll took place.
Just choked that by Vader?
Threw him right out of the airlock. And he hit the dice as they were going to the other ship and re-rolled them.
Is that how that works?
It is. That's official canon now.
Oof. All right, I don't know if Chimera is going to be able to land in such a way where he rams Profundity and not the ISD. We don't have a good angle on this, I don't think.
And I believe it is the last place that's unrammed that determines who's
Right.
the closest. So that actually might
Actually,
ram
that might do it.
the ISD, not. Well, right now it's only ramming the Profundity. So it doesn't matter.
I think he's going to ram Profundity, leaving it on 1. But Profundity will activate first before anything else, so it'll at least get a shot off.
Correct. And if the ISD is still on 1 health, then
Yeah.
you can just trade all of it into the other ISD and then
And ram the ISD.
If you're gonna die, just die.
And then since I think those are Jason's 2 only combat ships, that would be a table for...
I think that ISD is going to be able to get out of there just fine the next turn. The flagship Radis isn't going to have enough turning to really keep it in line when they're both just cruising around at speed 3, especially with how maneuverable Jason's fleet is.
I don't think we're quite locked in yet, but we're getting there. No, while Jason's sitting here making sure, we're going to do a quick station break. You're watching the final here, Armada World Championship on Ion Radio.
Hello, we're the Brits, and you're watching the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championships on Ion Radio.
Here we are back. Just because it's been a while, I'm going to remind everyone, this is still turn 3. We're at the end of turn 3, or closer to the end of turn 3.
Mid-turn 3.
You know, here's another thing to consider. If Jason moves at ISD, will he be able to collect an objective token with the... Maybe, probably.
I don't know if it matters at this point.
Probably not.
He still has the Purgles next to his Guzantes, and I think that's all that really, really matters. Now that brings that MC 75 down to
1 health. Leia. That is a... Ooh, Squadron. Here's Shara.
Can Shara?
Ooh, could Shara take out the ISD now?
That ISD should still have Expert Shield Tech with a used...
We got a black die coming into the front. And nothing.
Unfortunate there.
Well, there was the one Squadron. So that was Leia taking I think it was a nav, Ahsoka converting it to a Squadron to move Shara. Okay.
Transport
Radis
has
is around.
now a damage card on it.
Yep. But I don't think the transport's going to matter very much in this fight, John. Suppressor moving. Repair. Taking the engineering token, the repair token, knocking the nav one that's on it out. And then he's going to move forward. Now, suppressor only works when the opponent moves, correct?
That is correct.
That's why I always forget it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Oh, there was another thing that happened in another game. Solar Chrono was decided and completely forgotten about, kind of like you and I do all the time.
We've been getting better at it.
That's because we put markers out to say, hey, Solar Corona over here.
Looks like Purgle shenanigans are going to take place.
Purgles. So we have one objective token on the Darth Vader Gazanti.
I think that's it.
And that's it, I think. And then they move. So Jason's got a possibility to get another 20 points here. But not until the end of round 4. Hey Garrett, I'm wondering if we could take a look at camera 4, the one by the dice tray, maybe zoom out just a little bit and adjust so we can see the ships a little bit better. All rounds still going on, so no change to the tournament leaderboard. Oh, nope, one just finished.
Turn 4.
I forgot about that. That's right.
It's still
RBDs, but still, it gives it a shot. Maybe we'll go back to it being on 1.
This is another card that I always miss the timing for.
Table 4 is now done. Jessica and Nick, that will have no impact on this game at all.
I think they're trying to decide what their commands will be. This is like the decider. They're putting their commands down for turn 6.
Yeah.
What do they think will happen in this game until then?
Yep.
Yeah, so RBD was used and took 3 cards off the Profundity, which now gives it 4 hull left. EWS has now gone to the front of both ISDs. To determine, they're right now making a judge call on which ISD is closer to Profundity to see where
who's going to get rammed. Yeah.
Looking from here, it's going to be the one that's on 1 hull.
Let's see, does this angle look better? Probably the one closest, yeah.
They are making a measurement right now.
We're going to continue sitting here, checking this judge call out.
I am not a judge, but I think that that flagship is farther away. So if that is the case and Ryan decides to ram, we're employing multiple different types of measuring techniques right now. First we used a token, and now we're using a card. Everyone's holding down all the ships.
It looks like it's a hyperspace migration card. I wonder if I've got a set of calipers or something.
Right? Are those sold anywhere? Armada calipers.
You know what? Yeah, that's what we need. We need a ruler that's about a range 1 ruler with individual millimeter markings on it. See, this is the exciting thing of Armada. This is like when you have all the players hovering around the pitcher's mound, deciding that strategy. Why is this important? This is important. Hang on.
Yeah. ISD2, the one that is on 1 hull, is the closest. So if Ryan were to activate, he can shoot both of his arcs into the flagship and then move forward doing 1 ram damage and killing that ISD. This is important for setting dials and for both of these players to determine what they need to do for this turn.
At the end of the day, this ultimately will figure into, well, pretty much everything John just said, and I'm not going to repeat it. So, I had this great idea brewing in my head, John, of what I wanted to say, and it disappeared on me.
So, can Ryan do enough damage into this other ISD to make a significant dent? And will it matter when that ISD takes its turn and tries to speed 3 away.
That's the question.
Because I'm pretty sure that MC75 is going to die when that ISD shoots a front shot into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But right now, everything's still on the table. Intensify firepower.
Was that from a token, or was that going to be discarding it? Yeah, burning it. So that's going to be the last of the fleet commands.
Well, yes. But remember that that's because he has flag bridge.
No.
So-
We're talking about
Oh, we're talking about Empire.
3 shields after repairing. 3 shields on the left, 4 on the front of that MC75, with only now 4 hull left after.
All right, front to front. Here's that that MC75 shot. We got 4. You see the crit for an accuracy, so he's going to take 3.
End of the day, not a huge change
No.
for that attack roll if he uses a brace.
Definitely used a redirect to the left side. At least that's what it looks like.
Side to front.
Side to front.
Saving that for brace.
Garrett, was that a redirect on the last one? No brace? Second shot. Ooh.
So
Brace green redirect. So you got the used redirect. 3 hits. PDIC comes up with another hit. So it still stays with 3.
it eliminates the potential for a shield or for a crit there.
Okay, takes it in the front. So 2 to the front and a haul.
Can you give me an update on the status of that ISD fully?
So that's a ram. The ISD's out, and that's going to score some points for Ryan.
So the status of the flagship ISD currently is 0 shields on the front, 0 shields on the left, 3 shields on the right, 2 on the rear, and then I believe 2 hull damage.
Repair on the on the Chimera.
Okay. The repair command has now put the shields back onto the front. I'm not positive if that was just moving shields or is that just regenerating shields. Okay, so that was with a token, so that was just regenerating 3 shields to the front there.
Front to side. I'm assuming this is front to side to the profundity, correct?
An important
Ooh,
roll.
there is 8 damage with crits.
I don't know if it matters. 7. So
No, 7. Is there an obstruction there?
he needs 1 dice.
PDIC. Oh, wait. I believe. Yep, profundity goes up. The critical is structural damage.
So none of that mattered with the structural.
I'm not winning that the coffee.
Listen, I'm going to make some hot coffee, and you better be chugging it. Side to the front of Radis now. I have a feeling this is going to be the last major thing that takes place.
DTT.
Double. There you go. So many choices. Accuracy in the brace, redirect. All to the one side.
Wow.
So what I'm guessing is going to take place here is this ISD is going to just slip right between the GR75 and that CR90B and make a getaway.
Yep.
That does leave Ryan the opportunity to can he collect some tokens
Maybe.
over the next couple of turns.
It's, well, I mean,
Oh, he's turning away. Interesting. Maybe he wants to try to pick up that.
the other Purgle?
No.
Oh,
pick
the
up
CR90.
The CR90.
If you get coffee in tiny cups, you can.
Can it though? That's the other question. He has like infinite maneuverability though, so he should be able to move out.
Especially with Jarjarod.
Yes.
Well, Radis still has yet to go, but he's only going to really get that side shot under the ISD. And I don't think that's going to be enough to do anything to it. You have the Gazanti in the back. I believe, anyways, it's this one here in the back that has an objective token on it.
That would bring him up to, I believe, 5 objective tokens.
Yeah.
That's 100 points.
So the question is, could Radis move forward enough to collect one objective token, and then maybe we could see the CR90. I don't know that we have enough time to actually pull that off. There's some opportunities for Ryan to gain some points here, but not a lot. Because the difference in points is very, very small right now.
Yes, it is. Every token that can be collected is big.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if our math is correct, then right now the difference is 8 points. That actually looks really good at this shot.
As they fly past each other.
Yeah. We are about an hour and a half in, so there's going to be about 45 minutes left to play. I don't think we're going to hit all 6 rounds.
Sounds like he is taking it as a token, an engineering, and then soaking it into a nav. I think they're determining if he can shoot the rear. It's going to be really, really close. Just over that arc, so you cannot shoot the rear arc.
Oh, my math's wrong. That's a lot more points. That was a significant margin. I subtracted 80 instead of added.
Side
Okay.
shot into the
Looks like a double at the bottom there, crit. So that's 4. Brace is blocked. Jason making a decision here. Redirect to the front. I believe that's going to knock out all the forward shields on that ISD.
That just got placed there.
Yeah. And this one's got 1 hit on it so far? On Chimera?
At least 2 ram.
Okay. Garrett, could we please get a update on hits or hull points on the ISD? Well, here comes Ratus spinning around. He's going to go for the 2 gozers. Looks like he'll pick up a victory point, an objective token this turn.
Well, it's going to be pretty close. I believe it's at what distance?
1.
I don't know if that's distance 1.
Yeah.
It's going to be very close to it.
Vader takes a con fire. Token. Can't comms that because he's not within range. Here he comes. Staying out of danger. Speed 3. Leia's GR75. Confire. CR90B's top command Confire. He's going to try and take out Chimera.
Yeah. You can try to punch quite a few damage.
Yep. Oh, Confire token got sent over to
Everything's doing
nice. Doing what he can. His machine's working.
It's going to be a lot of red dice launching in the next round.
Okay. Yeah, there he goes. And he's going to try and win this on tokens. Suppressor, engineering, back to full health. Minus a shield that's missing. Shooting at the MC-75. 1. PDAC takes it. Front, no biggie.
Healing that ship is important though, so that I can't just get ram damaged
Right.
to death the next turn. Because if it still had that damage on it, the MC-75 could hit it, and then the CR90 could hit it, and just boom, up in smoke.
There it is, moves ahead. Checking ranges and what's an arc. Confire.
Sending the blues into the ISD.
Yep. He's rethinking. Yeah, he's going to try and go for the flotillas. He wants the one with the objective token on it. Oh, should get the one without. Okay.
Yeah.
2 accuracy, 2 hits.
Force. Block
That was
both.
the Confire.
Force
2.
Force the draw of it.
Yeah.
You see it? It won't be able to reactivate it at least, so accuracies would be useful. This is a decision. ECM scatter it to keep it alive. But that now ECM won't be able to refresh.
Right.
It looks like it's double arced by the MC75.
That's going to activate first and have a good shot at it. Side to side ISD, 2 hits. Race to 1. There's a third one. 1 damage card on that ISD.
So that ISD is now up to 3 hull damage.
8 more to go. I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so. I do not think it's going to happen before that ISD just disappears. I think that Gazanti is going to explode, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Speed 2 ram into that Gazanti. Stays in the rear arc of that ISD. I don't know that the Gazanti's having double arcs on CR90 going to matter though.
It does if he times activation properly.
Yep. I believe that was a bomb.
Bomb into the front,
BAIC, still 1.
and that's into the front of the Gazanti.
Oh, that wouldn't have been PDIC.
So that's evade. So spent the scatter and then evaded it.
Yep. Yep. Radis now has that token. So that's one he'll get next turn, but that's still a nearly 90-point deficit. But if you could take both Gazantis, that's going to be roughly 67 points. If you can score 2 victory tokens, you might...
Hello, welcome to the hall. The hall will be closing in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Also, all exhibitors, if you would like to resign...
It's going to be a challenge here. Can he get enough tokens to... If he kills Gazanti and gets, let's say, 3 tokens, it's back in the ballpark.
Thing is for Ryan to... He can win the game, but for him to win Worlds, he needs a 7.
Yes, he does. But every token that he gets is going to start moving it in that direction.
Right, we are in turn 4, so he'll get the token on Radis. He'll only get 2 more tokens, unless he gets that CR90 in position this next turn.
That'll give him 4 tokens.
Yeah. So he can swing it, but
With 4 tokens, that will be only a 1 token difference.
yeah, because we're at 5 to 1. So
EWS moves to the rear of the ISD because that's pretty much where all the shots are going to come in at.
Garrett, we're in turn 5 now, right? it depends on what Ryan wants to do. EWS is on the back of the ISD now, so that's going to be. He's looking at the Gazantes. They're checking line of sight now.
I think checking arc.
Or arc, yeah.
If he has a double arc on it, he's probably going to activate that. Doesn't matter where he hits it on it, as long as
Looks like the answer to that is yes.
I think side to the front of the GR.
Red dice and blue out the side.
All he needs is an accuracy to block the scatter to punch some damage through.
So shields on the front. Prepare command. Yeah.
Both the hull zones, I think, have 0 shields, so I don't know. Front to front first.
Front to front first, okay. No accuracies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
So he can dump 2. I think he needs 3. Yeah, because isn't there 1 damage on it already?
Yes, but there shouldn't be shields there. So he needs only 2 damage to stick. Side shot now. 2 blues, 2 reds. Into the front.
Into the front. So that's 5 with the accuracy, I think?
Yep.
No, that's with a double. So that's a double, that's 6, 7.
No accuracies though, so spend out the scatter to stay alive.
Yeah, trying to hear what's going on. Repair into a confire token. So there's the accuracy, blocks a scatter. Fade, reroll 2, that takes out the Gazanti.
Gazanti is gone, but
That's the
that's the
Tua Gazanti, right?
That's the Tua Gazanti. That's an expensive
So that's 38 points for Ryan.
structural damage. That's another cup of coffee you're going to need to check. Man, you're going to be stopping at every single rest stop on the way home.
I think I will be. I don't know. I don't know if I can drink that much coffee, John.
Landing on a Purgle, very rarely do you actually see that. So landing on a Purgle, what your speed's going is how much damage you get assigned. Both these shots are into the CR90 front arc. Reroll into a hit. That CR90 also, I do not believe, has any front shields from the shot from the ISD from earlier.
Anything else to do?
Redirecting to the side.
PDIC stays a hit.
So evades for that.
Or evade. Yep. 2 hull damage on the CR90B now. Here goes the Gazanti. About 20, 25 minutes left, I think. CR90B activating.
Where can it go? If he shoots up next to the side of the MC80, he might be able to collect a Purgle token like that.
Yeah. Look what we got here.
I don't think he's going to choose to shoot. He's just going to choose to move.
Position himself to get objective tokens.
Yeah.
Speed 3, I don't know that he's going to be close enough to get, he might even ram the, does he fit? Look at that. Look at that, he fits. That's like me movement.
There is going to be tokens.
Yep.
ISD now is going to say goodbye.
Peace. Yep.
Repair command on it though, and we're going to be adding some more shields with the token.
Hey Garrett, can you please double check our count for victory tokens? We believe Jason has 5 and Ryan has 1. Is that correct? Okay. So I've not added that into the score yet, so okay.
That's here.
Side to side of the CR90 from the Chimera, that's 2. Ryan, thinking here for a second.
We have a crowd of people that have started to gather around watching.
Oh, Vader choking Jared Rod.
Well, he doesn't need to go anywhere.
Need to go anywhere, yeah. Ooh, for 4.
He, ready? Redoubled the efforts.
DTT, no accuracy. That's what he was fishing for.
Pulling that
Redoubled
out.
the efforts. Alright. Evade down to 3.
Burning the redirect. That ship is hobbling.
Yep, but it's alive.
That's all that matters.
Chimera's going to run away. So I think so we're going to see at the end of this turn, Ryan will get 1 victory token. Will gain the victory token.
Correct.
And he will gain, looks like
3.
2. Would he gain 3? Oh, yeah.
The GR75 hasn't gone yet. This is going to be very close to the end. How to maneuver to fish those whales. Both players have had their turns of whale hunting. Jason started off in the beginning of the game, and now
What I think really happened here, John, is that this was a matter of the Imperials wanting to hand off care of the space whales.
oh gosh.
Oh no. Speed 3 killed himself.
Oh man, that's going to do it. That's going to be game right there.
That hurts.
Forgot about the Purgle damage,
That
and he
hurts.
had already a damage card on it.
Yeah. Well, he took 3 anyways. Oh
Right.
yeah, but he could have had a shield. Yeah,
Shield,
yeah.
then 2, dead.
Yeah. So that was the Leia. That's 23 points. 4, Jason.
This round should do it.
Here we go,
An
round
intense
6.
fight,
I think we're pretty much done here.
I think all the ships are basically just going to
Move.
activate themselves out.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else he can do. I don't know that he's got range to that Gazanti. But I think the final bit here is hopefully Ryan doesn't land on the Burgle.
Purgle got hungry.
Yeah.
Technically, the Purgles.
No,
need
they forgot to move the
first.
Purgles. They got to do that first.
Purgle is munched under everything currently.
And there you go. They moved him.
They're just hanging out over there. I'll stay on the board and
Easy
not
stay on the
land
board.
any Purgles.
On the board. Here goes the other Gazanti. Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Yep, we're just going to be moving ships around for the rest of this match.
Jumps forward. And I think that's ISD moves and that's game. Yep. There we go.
It moves.
And that's game.
Handshake. Good game.
So I think
Ryan got another victory token from that. Yep.
Yep. So we're gonna sit here for a second and get math. I think I know what the score is.
We're waiting for them to.
But we want to confirm
what
it.
the final score is. What a game! That was an insane game.
But this is also what you expect at top level.
Yes. The fight between the ISDs and the Radis in-ship was so intense.
It was.
It's crazy. Even the other ISD before the re-engineering, if the MC-75 wasn't so damaged and it could have just stick around a little bit longer, it would have been able to do another shot into
Right.
it. It was so very close. They're adding.
Must have added something else in there. Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't report the score because, man, my numbers were wrong.
Well, what game is this?
The 11th one that I've done?
Yeah, so not having everything in front of you and being game 11 and everything like that, numbers could be off. So
Okay.
it's a 7-4.
7-4 to Jason, and I believe that puts him in position where he is the world champion.
I believe so.
We're gonna look at the scores and everything else to confirm that on our end, but I believe that is the case.
Yeah.
So
This is a huge comeback too,
yes,
because Jason 2 years ago was in a position to win. And I believe he lost because it was a mutual table.
right,
Wow.
definitely. So
Good for him. That was-
this is impressive here. This is great. So final score here: Jason 256, Ryan 185. Yeah, we're gonna jump over here to presenter cam. So hello, folks. We're back. I don't know why I'm looking. I'm looking over here because that's where the screen is.
That's where the
but,
screen is. But the camera's right there.
The camera's right there. Yeah, I need
What a
to-
game. Congratulations to Jason. I think that does secure him.
Yeah, so we're going to go take a look at the ladder. So there's only one game that is not finished yet. That is the one between Damon and Adam. But the best someone can do is 22 points. So yeah, Jason, with that 7-4, has become the 2025 world champion. And we've brought the world champion back to the United States.
Yes.
What a finish to Worlds.
Yeah, what a slugfest to finish it off.
Yeah, and I think actually just looking at what we have here, there's a decent chance that Ryan could retain second. Definitely will be in third place, I think. So, but first, second, or third, we'll have to wait till that other table finishes to find out.
What a way to end a championship run, going 3-0 on day 3 for Jason.
Yeah,
Very impressive.
Yeah, and I that mutual tabling 2 years ago, that was not the way he wanted to end his run. Then.
No one wants to end on a mutual tabling. No one.
And here he was able to come back, maintain his composure, and he was really cool and collected. I talked to him yesterday after the end of the round, and you know what? He was just all with it. And actually, we could turn these off because we're not getting we're not getting reports from the table anymore.
There we go.
So. But
my
know,
ears are still adjusting from all the pressure changes I've been through today.
But I think the other thing I want to do is I want to give Ryan a shout out because he did remarkably well to put himself in a position to be able to take the crown, and you know what, not a bad run for him either. And I think that's a great showing from the folks here at Ion Radio as well. I mean, this is a victory all around, I would say.
Yes. Big congratulations for Ryan for making it this, actually all the top 8
all top 8
for making it to day 3.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is not a easy thing to do.
No.
It requires a lot of dedication to your fleet. It requires a lot of concentration. You're standing on your feet for 3 days, looking to...
Waking up early, late nights,
yeah,
coming back.
Right.
It takes
it's something,
a lot of mental and physical out of you.
Yeah, and it's a lot, and it's a marathon. It's not a quick run at all. We want to do a couple real special things. First of all, Chris Romu is helping us out every day. He's been on his feet the most out of all of us.
That is true.
And he's been doing an outstanding job bringing information to us. We've got Garrett right over here, who's also been doing a lot of stuff. Come on over, Garrett. Say hello. So.
What's up, everybody? I'm back.
we didn't get rid of him.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I was screaming inside when he made that last purple move there. Screaming. It was terrifying. I was like, "Oh no, Ryan, you got a damage on it. What are you doing?"
Yeah, we were talking. This is game 11, day 3. Happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're tired. You're exhausted. Fatigued. He was in. This is why it's important to stay focused the whole time, because they were both in like game is done mode, and we're just like formally moving things, and it cost a huge amount of points there.
I mean, that was, I think, a victory token in the ship. So
That's
I don't
right.
think it was enough to flip it, but it would have made the MOV smaller.
It sure would have.
Yeah.
I think the game would have ended then at roughly
A 6-5.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, it would be a 6-5 with,
It would
I
be
think,
6-5.
20 points.
It would have been
like
43 points instead of 71, so
Yeah.
it would have been about 20.
Well,
some
ship
points.
step keeps alive,
Yep.
and then another token. Yeah, 43 points. So.
Right.
Would a 6 made a difference? What's the status on the everybody else? Do we know?
Yeah, we do.
Sharing that.
Let's take a.
6 may have made a difference, depending on.
Depends on this final game.
Oh,
Let's
they
see
have
if
not
they
finished yet?
yet.
Oh, they're still going.
Damon and Angry Walk still playing.
I'm gonna
so
go. I'm gonna go spy on that and come back.
yeah,
Let us
please
know.
do. So we might stick around for just a little bit, just to see how that goes.
I don't know if this has been talked about on stream yet, but Ryan carries his fleet around in his original box.
We actually do. We have a.
I just see it over
We
there.
don't have a good camera view
No, but
of
I can do
that.
it.
But yeah, okay, John's gonna swing our other camera here, and we're gonna try and get a view of that original Armada box. Hang on, let me swap to cam 6. There we go. So you can see John's box or Ryan's box right there. So that to me is amusing, and you can actually now see the top part of it where all his ships and fleet are stored right there in a box that's about 10 years old.
Yeah. It's taken a beating. What's fun is, before the match I was talking to Jason, and I'm like, last time I saw you playing like 2 Worlds ago, you were double onagers, and now you went back to ISD. He says that this is basically the fleet with a few changes that he was playing back in like 2018, back in the day. He's like, I just went back to that fleet because he likes this fleet. So congratulations again to Jason.
Yeah. We're just checking through chat here. I want a big thank you to everyone that's come out to help us out. Do you have an update from the field?
Yeah. So that was a 7-4 in Damon's favor.
7-4 favor.
So I don't think it changes anything here.
Well, let's get a quick update here.
No. So he'll be at 19.
No. Yeah. So wouldn't have mattered.
It does put him in second place, I think.
Yeah. So Ryan is in second place. So third.
Man.
What a close game.
Yeah, because they
Wow.
didn't update that score yet. So there we go. All tables now reporting.
There we go.
Oh.
Now you
we're
can
just
face
staring
it.
off into
No, yeah. looking at people clean up
We were
things.
looking at that's all right.
Still waiting for it to
there's the-
finalize in.
What do you guys think?
No, that did it.
You
No,
doing,
wait,
you
not-
doing
we're
player
still waiting for
interviews after
these.
this? What do you think? Get the world champion here?
We might do that. There we go. Is that finalized now? It is. So, all right, I will bring this over the tournament view so you guys can see what we have in it. Tournament view here, brought to us by AdeptiCon. But Jason wins with 23 tournament points. Damon comes in second at 19. Ryan at 18, going all the way down to Reese at 11. But still, this is 3 rounds, ultra competitive. So just being here is an impressive win.
Yes, it is.
So here's the final 4 tables. Pretty much 7 4s, 6-5, and this Colin got luckier with the 10-1. That was the big upset.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I mean this was a good run.
It was. Incredible last 3 days.
Yeah.
And no disappointing games on stream.
No, I think every game that we had was top notch quality. And Garrett, you and I were here for all 11 games.
It's true.
You
Yes,
know,
indeed. I think I missed one for Mars.
Oh
He
yeah, that's
subbed
right.
in.
You walked out for one. You got a break.
Yeah, it was nice.
I made all 11 games though, so
made
that's a
it?
new record. I
Yeah.
got all of them.
So we got 3 structural damages that game. That count
We
your,
did.
put your-
So all right,
put your
we
thing
want
up?
if we want the coffee count. Here is the coffee
Congratulations,
count.
there it is.
I
Structural damages
lost
wins.
7-10. So these are victory tokens. They're worth what, 10 points each?
Wow, those
So
convert into
so I lost
AMG prize
6-5 to structural damage. But I think what we should do is I would love to get both Ryan and if Jason wants to come in, bring Jason up here. So let's see if one of them wants to come and just say hi. We talk to him for a little bit.
What do you want first, Jason or Ryan?
Either one.
Either
one.
one.
Actually, see if Jason wants to come up first. Talk to the world champion first.
I'm gonna step out though, and I'll probably return for the closeout.
Awesome. So we'll shut that mic off, and then you guys just get to deal with me. But yeah, so structural damage wins. Again, if we make that 10 points, that's easy math. If we do it differently, let's see, 7 times 15, because that's fun. 7 times 15 is a 105 for me versus 150. That's still a 6-5 for structural damage cards. Do we have anything in chat here that we want to talk about or ask about? That is right, we've got a Texas wins the World Championship. Big win for Texas. So we're seeing if we can get either Jason, our new world champ, up into the booth, or if Ryan wants to come out and say a few words. We'll give them a few minutes here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to update our little bit here. We're going to come back. Let's give them about 5 minutes just so that they can have an opportunity to relax. And if that's the case, we'll get one of them on screen here. So stand by, we'll be right back. And I'm back here. Jason, our 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championship. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This win has to feel good.
Yes, for sure. It feels real good. Not gonna lie.
Walk us through a little bit that last game. There were times where it looked it could have gone either way.
Sure.
And both you and Ryan looked a little nervous at different times.
Yes, for sure. Definitely nervous, multiple times. So, deploying it out, he picked hyperspace migration. Of course, I think that was the right call on his part.
What were your other two objectives? I'm just curious.
It was advanced gunnery
Ooh, yeah.
and fire lanes.
Yeah, probably best choice.
Probably best. So I actually did something a little different with my deployment, but he actually put the obstacles in the corners, exactly where I didn't want them to go.
Right.
And I was able to, still maneuver. I took some damage. It was fine. I really wanted to spread out the ISDs so that way they wouldn't both be in the same arc and be both trapped.
Right.
I did not like having my flagship on the edge. And so whenever he moved up, he deployed a little farther away, which was great. He moved up, he didn't radius, and then I moved my ISDs away from the edge.
Right.
And so that was clutch. Then he dropped radius. He dropped radius so that he could fork both of them. I was actually more worried about him radicing to kill the flagship.
Yeah.
Because if he had radiced to kill the flagship, because my flotilla was in the way, I couldn't jump out. And then he would have been able to kill it, and then I don't have Dirge Rod, and the other ISD cannot come around. So that was my primary concern. And so when he didn't do that, it's like, okay, I got a game.
Sigh of relief.
I got a game.
Yep. And what a game it was, going all the way to 6 rounds, and tight margins, and he just made it a little bit easier for you at the end when he completely forgot that he could land the Purgle.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, it didn't change the outcome of the game. You know, I mean, you still won.
True.
Either way. Gave you 7 points instead of 6.
Yep.
But that still puts you in the victor's seat.
I know.
No way around it. Now, have you actually seen the final scores yet?
I've not.
Do you want to, I think is the question. All right, here, I'll pull them up so that you can see them.
Of course.
Here. So here you go. You handily won. Next person down 19. So
Okay.
you had a good
solid
margin there.
Okay, good.
So this is a solid.
So either
victory.
way, as long as I didn't get a 4, I was okay.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
So
Well,
we didn't
still.
want to tell you that.
Oh, of course.
But nonetheless, won. Congrats again on a wonderful victory.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you once again on the stream table and in the final round, because you always put on a great show for everyone.
Thank you.
And we appreciate that, and all of the folks fans. We have a lot of people that have been cheering for you throughout the game. So, you've got fans all over. Big win to take home to Texas.
I know. For Texas, USA, I got one. I got it, which is great because this is probably my last year competitively. So it was great to go out on a win.
You know what? If this is truly your last competitive year, then the best part about it is you're right. You ended on a high note. World champion. You can retire into the sunset, collect millions of dollars for Armada sponsorships, and go from there. Right?
Sounds great.
All right, Jason, thank you so much for joining me here in the booth to talk about it.
Of course. Thanks for all of this. That's a lot.
Hey,
So
we
takes
enjoy
a lot of
it.
effort.
We do this for you guys that not only playing at this level, but for everyone home so that they can actually see all of it.
It helps.
Thank you everyone for
Appreciate it.
watching. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yes.
So stand by. We'll be back in just a few minutes with me and John closing things out. If we can get Ryan on stream, we'll talk to him as well, because he did give you a good fight.
Oh, yes.
And
he didn't let me run.
No.
I thought about it.
Well, that would have been a different game, and John and I would have had to make stuff up then if you guys were just running around.
Well, so. I knew he wasn't going to let me do it, so I fought it out.
Yeah, well, top players, you guys know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, all right, everyone, stay tuned. We'll be right back. And guys, we are back. And after our third year of doing Worlds, this is kind of our sign-off here. We'll see what happens next year. Don't know. That's too far away to tell. But
lots changes in a year.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is the final officially supported Worlds that we're aware of. So we'll know. Stay tuned to Command Stack, where we'll be able to say more. John, do you have anything you want to say to kind of close things out?
I'm glad that I was able to make it in. This was a great tournament. All the players that I've been able to talk to said that this is one of the best tournaments that they've been part of. Everything ran on time and was very precise by our judging crew. So that was really well done, and all the players are telling me how great of a time they've had. So it was awesome.
This has been a lot of fun for me. I've been able to sit here all 11 games, get information to you guys at home. So hopefully I did a good job and that you guys all enjoyed our coverage. But I think it's about time for us to call it an end here. So, but before we go, I want to give a couple huge shout outs. First of all, to both of our wives and our families for letting us spend our weekend, well, me, my entire weekend, and you to leave the plane and come right here.
Yes.
So huge thanks to that. I want to give a shout out to AdeptiCon, specifically to Hank Edley, Greg Sparks, and Tim Tulin for all their help here with AdeptiCon in terms of everything from digital things to being able to stream. Shout out to our tournament organizers and judges, Dennis Stewart, Alan Ann Jackson, Matt Chestnut, who provide us with all the right sizings for all of our cards and everything that we did digitally. We've got a whole ton of people that provided us some station break videos here that you've gotten to see over the last 3 days. All of our patron members that made this possible for us, including James Blackburn, who came to come visit us on Friday. So thank you for coming out. Our voiceover work was done by Eric Schrader. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. A lot of good comments there. And I wanted to give one last shout out to our 3 table runners, Christian, Chris, and Mars. So on behalf of the entire Ion Radio crew, who does include Adrian, who wanted to be here in Milwaukee, could not make it. Ryan Becker, who made it 3rd place, so he hit the podium. Garrett Vance, who's my co-host for the entire weekend, and John Thomson, who did make it here for the important game. We're saying thanks so much for watching, and so long here from the Baird Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where you have been watching the 2025 Star Wars Armada World Championship here at AdeptiCon. So with that, everyone, I'm Ken.
I'm John.
And this is Ion Radio.